Hi everybody, my co-pilot Bentley and I here just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on our intermediate ParkJet build series. So don't worry, the therapy with Bentley here has been paying off. I haven't changed my mind on what plane I'm going to build again. But anyway, I just wanted to touch base with you here real quickly. So anyway, Bentley's going to go do some of his co-pilot duties here while I have a quick chat with you. So anyway, again, we're still pressing on building, or I'm still going to be pressing on building the Nancy MiG-35B. Again, as I mentioned in the previous video, it will be modified, slightly smaller, and I will be moving the motor forward somewhat. So I've been in discussion with a countryman of mine, Mike, who lives not too far away from me, about the things that need to be done if you do want to move the motor forward. So I'd mentioned in my last video I wasn't going to talk too much about that once we get into the actual nuts and bolts of building the plane. And I was originally going to do a video discussing how I would, the modifications that I would make moving the motor forward, but pardon me, that would actually be kind of difficult for you to really see, where the lines and all that sort of stuff need to be drawn, and what tabs and slots and all that sort of stuff need to be adjusted. So what I'm going to actually do before I get into the nuts and bolts of the actual build series is I'm going to write a blog post about how to move the motor forward. If you can do it on this plane, it's a little bit more tricky. For example, any of the version 5s by RC Powers, it's much easier to move the motor forward on those. And the video on my channel that I did just previous to this one actually discusses my thoughts and philosophies on moving the motor forward or closer to the CG. So you can go ahead and watch that. I'll have that link down below. So anyway, that that should hopefully, the blog post should have all the pictures and details. Be a lot easier to follow along if you do want to experiment. I mean, that's one of the great things about these mid-mount prop and slot ParkJets is you can do all kinds of experimentation, and if it doesn't work out, you've spent a few hours and maybe wasted a few bucks in foam, but you've learned something. So anyway, so about the MiG-35B, and I helped design this. Or I helped with the development and testing with this plane, and I'm not trying to shove it down your throat, but if you're interested in building it, I'll have links down below. I no longer get any money or any funds from the sale of this plane for over a year now, since the NAMC website's been shut down. However, the guys at Park Flyers International have been very, very gracious for over the last year, and they host the plans or the links to be able to buy the plans to the MiG-35B and also our Su-27, and those funds actually go to a charitable organization in Jakarta, Indonesia, that BMO, the fellow that is in charge of Park Flyers International, supports. So anyway, if you're interested in wanting that, we also have the MiG-35, which I call the MiG-35A, which was the predecessor to this one. You can get those plans for free. I will say that plane is a bit more of a challenge. It was our first design, and we were just kind of cutting our teeth. But if you were interested in getting that, and money is a problem, you can download that one for free. And you can also download, my partner Stefan designed what he, kind of a concept airplane called the MiG-FA, which was sort of a T-50 type plan, but with perpendicular vertical stabilizers. Sort of his concept of, what if MiG had developed the T-50 instead of Sukhoi kind of thing, and those plans are also free. But anyway, so if you do decide to build this plane, I can tell you it is extremely versatile. I've built, I'll have a link down below to our intro video. That plane I actually built, it was, when we first started testing all of our planes, we were, kind of doing what was popular in the hobby at the time. 2212, 2200 motor, 2200 3S battery, 9-gram servos all around, and that plane flew just awesome. Wasn't obviously as fast as this one is with a quad racing motor in it, but it was really, really fun to fly. So I have flown, as I mentioned in a previous video, this is the number 10 of this plane that I've built since building the first prototype, and I've flown it with just about every ParkJet motor out there, props, all that sort of stuff. I used a previous one to this one, kind of the gray, black, and white one for a lot of my motor testing until I had a issue with that, and it went to MiG-35B heaven, unfortunately. So anyway, there's a lot of versatility in this plane. It'll handle quite a bit of weight, all that sort of stuff. So anyway, that's sort of my sales pitch, but if you're interested. The other thing I have posted on the RC Powers website, and I'll have a link down below. One of the things that we used to do on our NAMC website was we made the build instructions available for anybody to go look at, if they wanted to make sure that, if you just do decide you want to spend your hard-earned money to get the plans for this plane, pardon me, that you could make a more educated decision. So I'll have a link down below. You can go and look at the build instructions for both this plane and for the Su-27. Now don't be intimidated. The instructions are pretty long. They're in a PDF format, but we tried our best to put a lot of pictures in those build instructions to make it easier for you to follow along. So I would encourage you, if you're on the fence or you're thinking about it or you're just interested, go have a look at that link on the RC Powers website, and you can download the instructions and read them at your leisure. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, the big updates. I will be doing a blog post on how to do the motor mod if you want to move the motor forward, with some good detailed pictures. So then I won't waste much time mentioning it during the actual series, the build video series. Again, more information if you are interested in building this plane. The MiG-35B. I mean, obviously, I'm biased. It's my favorite overall ParkJet of all time. It's not the absolute best ParkJet at one particular thing, but it is really, really good at a lot of things, and it's very, very versatile from power setups, control setups, all that sort of stuff. So, if you have any more questions or comments about it, please leave those down below. We're getting very, very close to me starting the project, the video project. Getting very close as this video will be posted. Hopefully, we're within about a week of finishing up the Ground Control RC F-22 Mini version 3 project, and then I'll be able to move on and focus on getting this build done, because here it's the weather's just starting to turn a little bit nicer, so my build season is rapidly coming to an end before I get into the really beautiful flying weather. But I'm going to get this one done anyway, and then probably the F-22 Raptor by FRC Foamies. So thanks very much for watching. Again, if you have any questions, comments, please leave them down below. Thanks very much for watching. Blue skies, calm winds to everyone. ParkJet noise, the other sound of freedom, baby. Take care.